Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the episode of Just Say Guay. I'm your host, George Guay. Today I'm joined by Mikey Milne of the Winnipeg Ice. Mikey, thanks for on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so how have things been, man? I know the season just started. How does it feel to be back in the building in Winnipeg with fans and getting off to a good start with the team?
Definitely feels great. The long off season definitely was hard, but to be back in the building again with all the fans, seeing all my teammates again, it's definitely been a great time. Like you said, we've had a really good start, so that obviously makes it a lot better. So yeah, we're all really excited. We have a great group of guys, so I'm just really excited for this year.
Yeah, sure. Before we get into your team in this season, let's learn a little bit about yourself. So could you tell us where you're from and what the hockey culture was like growing up there?
Yeah, I'm from Abbotsford, British Columbia. I played for the Abbotsford Minor Hockey Association growing up. Then kind of through the ranks, I played for the Yale Hockey Academy onto the Fraser Valley Thunderbirds. So those were the teams that I played growing up, and I really enjoyed it there. It's a great town. It's a great city to play hockey in, and I met a lot of great people. So I'm thankful for where I came from, and I always try to represent Abbotsford.
Yeah, of course. And the British Columbia is obviously, great place to play hockey and grow up. Obviously big names coming from there like Carey Price, Shea Weber. I could go on and on. I assume you're a Canucks fan, correct?
Correct. A
Yeah.
huge Canucks fan growing up.
All right. So let's try and get this done before the game because I'm sure that you'll be ready to watch that. So could you take us through the process of what it was like ending up in the WHL?
Yeah, in my draft year, I played for the Yale Hockey Academy. So we had a great group of guys there, and we had a good season as well. We made it to the playoffs, had a good run there, and we had a lot of guys that went drafted on our team. And I was a little bit later. I went in the eighth round to Winnipeg, so I was pretty excited with how that turned out. And when I got drafted, I knew the work had just begun, so I just continued to train and work harder and harder, so I could make this team. And eventually, I made it into the WHL.
Yeah, for sure. And they definitely made a great decision in drafting you at age 17. You put up 33 points in 53 games in your first season in a very competitive hockey league. What was the key to getting off to such a great start and in such a highly competitive league like that?
Yeah, obviously I was a younger guy, so I tried to just soak in everything I could take. I was looking up to older guys such as Peyton Krebs and just seeing how they carried themselves around the rink. And I learned a lot from a lot of guys. So I had a little bit of a slow start that season, but as it kind of continued, I learned and picked up new things that I could throw into my game, and turned out to be a good year. We had a great group of guys, like I said, and we were going to go to the playoffs. Obviously, COVID cut it short, but it was a great year for me and the team.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously, with the shortened season, I know it's going to really fuel you and the guys that are still on that team to get back to the playoffs. So, what is it like playing in Winnipeg? I know it's a big Canadian hockey city. Obviously they do have a professional team with the Jets, but also they have you guys. What's that fan base like?
It's a pretty good fan base. It's really good to be back after missing 2 years, but we love coming home to play in front of the Winnipeg fans. And I love Winnipeg as a whole. There's really good people here, and it's a really exciting time to play. Obviously, they haven't seen hockey in 2 years either, so they're eager to get in the building. So I love it in Winnipeg, like I said, and I just can't wait to continue to play here.
Yeah, for sure. Could you elaborate more on what the facilities like that you practice in, and also even playing that? You've been there for a long time now. What's it like being there?
Yeah, so we train out of the rink training facility. It's a different rink than we actually play our games in. So we have a great facility there, and then when we go to play our games, we go to the University of Manitoba where the Bisons play. So it's a little bit of a wider rink. It's a little bit different than what we're used to, but we really like it over there. It's a great system they got kind of going on there, and as they're building their new rink, it's really exciting playing in there.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a great place. So I went to Providence College, which is a big college hockey school in the Northeast. We compete against schools like Boston University, Boston College, and compete in the NCAA tournament and hopefully make it to the Frozen Four each year. But I've interviewed a lot of guys that have played in the Canadian hockey leagues, guys like Connor Roulette, Logan Stankoven, and Brennan Offman, and they never really had the thoughts of playing in college. Was that something that never really crossed your mind of making the jump from Canada to college?
Growing up, I kind of always wanted to play in the Western Hockey League. in my draft year, obviously there was a couple universities that were talking to me, but once Winnipeg drafted me and they asked me to sign, it was kind of a no-brainer for me, and I'm just really glad I made that decision.
Yeah, for sure. And it is the right decision. Like I said, you definitely had a great season at age 17. But right now, you are leading the Western Hockey League in points, averaging 2 a game, obviously 8 through 4 games. Now, I got to ask, what's it like achieving that? And is that really something that you pay attention to?
It's obviously been a nice start to the year for me, but couldn't have done it without my teammates. Obviously, you look at our record right now, I think we're 4-0 and we have 30 goals for. So everyone's contributing on our team. I have great line mates in Jake and Smallwood and Connor Geeky, both great players, talented players. So it's really easy playing with them. And to answer your question, I don't really look into that too much. I focus on the game, getting 2 points as a team, and I've said it before, but with team success comes individual success. So if the team's rolling and the guys are doing well, points are going to come for everyone. So that's kind of what we're focusing on here in Winnipeg.
Yeah, it's a great way to look at it. And it's, one thing I really enjoy about interviewing hockey players is that it's all about the team and things like that. Like you said, your line mates with Connor, and also you have Matt Savoy in the team. 2 guys that are for sure lottery picks and this upcoming NHL draft. What's it like having those guys in the team and just watching them from afar when you are playing with them?
It's great to have them in the room. They're 2 really talented, great people. Even off the ice, they're just the way they handle their business, the way they go about things. It's really cool to see. They're both a couple years younger than me, and I remember being in their shoes a couple years ago. Just it's cool to see how ahead of the game they are, just being 17 years old. And obviously there's a lot of hype around them, and they're handling it well so far. So I'm really excited to see how they do this year. And as a team, we're really excited for them.
Yeah, it really is interesting to see, how well they're really playing. But I think it was awesome, seeing Connor's brother score last night in that opening game for the Seattle Kraken. And we'll see where Connor goes in the draft. But what is the ceiling for this Winnipeg team this season?
We have really high expectations as a team. We obviously see who we have in the dressing room, and we're really excited with what we got. We're gonna take it one game at a time. It's a long season, 68 games, right? So obviously we've had a good start, but we're gonna continue to build off that. We're gonna work and practice every day, and our end goal is obviously to win the Memorial Cup. So to get there, we got a lot of work to do, but we think right now with the group that we have a really good chance. So we're just going to stay humble, keep working hard, and hopefully we can reach that goal.
Yeah, I think you guys really do have a great chance of achieving that goal given who's on the roster. So my last question is, it's opening night, or it was opening night last night, but all the NHL games are spread out this week. I know the Bruins play Saturday, which is kind of weird given last night's game was on a Tuesday for the first game. But who do you have winning the Stanley Cup this year? I say the Washington Capitals every year because that's my favorite team, and I've only been right once. But who do you have winning this year?
I'm gonna go with the Colorado Avalanche. I think they've been close the last couple of years, and I think they're a really good team this year as well with McKinnon and Makar, and they got a lot of depth guys. I know they have a new goalie in Kemper, but I think he can also have a strong year. So I'm gonna go with the Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah, I think that's a great answer. I think that team's really stacked. Top to bottom, you can't really go wrong anywhere on the ice with any of those players. But Mikey, thanks for on the show. I'll be for sure to follow the Winnipeg Ice the rest of the year, and best of luck winning that championship.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yep, have a good one.